Facebook. Hello, I'm John Bocaneda with KCBD, and on today's Facebook Live, we are here at Victory Combat Sports Academy off Woodrow Road. Shannon Morton is joining us today. She is the owner of this fine facility. We walked in and I was already just drawn to the heavy bags.
Right.
How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing well. Facebook, if you have any comments concerning anything about physical training, combat sports, anything concerning this facility, let us know in the comments. If you have questions, we will get to them as quickly as we can. So, we're here to talk about everything this place has to offer. But first, how long have you been in business in the Lubbock area?
We've been in business in the Lubbock area for going on 8 years. I actually had a Facebook memory come up today that
I was going to mention that.
Yes, it was a Facebook memory coming up today. I was in my first facility, and we had just completed 1 year there, and we were about to move to our second facility. And that was March 9th, 2014. So we've been in business in some form or fashion since 2013. We rebranded in 2019, and we became Victory. So,
what do you all do here, for those that don't know?
we are a physical fitness facility. We have and martial arts. So we have jujitsu and boxing, kickboxing, HIIT classes, aerobic classes, weightlifting. We have kids programs, sports performance, just kind of everything you can want, especially in martial arts.
I know people see something like this and just kind of get intimidated when they hear combat sports. They immediately think, oh, it's just for fighting and it's not kind of for me. But like you said, you do offer everything for all sorts of people.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And we definitely want to break the stigma of that. You know, when you hear combat sports or when you think of an MMA gym, well, that's only for fighters. That's only for people who are hardcore.
Yeah.
Those, all of that. We want to break that stereotype and make sure that show people this can be very much a family environment.
Facebook, again, if you have comments or questions, let us know, and we'll get to them as quickly as we can. Change your mind, change your life. What does that mission statement have to do with you personally?
With me personally, I could speak on that for probably 2 hours, but especially this year has been a very trying year for me in a lot of ways, but trying in the way that a lot of personal growth, personal development. And one thing that I've learned, and I think I've known this, maybe we all know this to a degree until it comes crunch time, and then you really know what your grit is and all of that. But what you think about is what you are. What you think about all day, it says it in the Bible, as a man thinketh, so he is. What we think about all day is what we become. And if we want to change our results, we have to start with our mind. We have to change what we think about, how we think about ourselves, our self-image. And so for me personally, as I grew into this business and then as I became sole owner of Victory, being a woman in a very male-dominated sport, being a female business owner, I really had to up my self-confidence, my self-image, just believe in myself that I could do this in order to be able to do this, and it's working. So this is my testimony.
Oh, good. And
Yeah.
there's a lot of this to show off
There
as
is.
well. How do you apply that to people that want to train here at Victory?
Well, we've been talking about this as a team for a little while, that we want, when somebody comes in here, regardless of what they're wanting to do, whether it's just wanting to use the gym or they want to try boxing for the first time, or maybe a kid is getting bullied, they want to come do jiu-jitsu, whatever it is, our goal is to help them change their concept of themselves. Whatever they think they can do more, they just don't realize it. And so our mission, the way we want to apply that here is let us help you change your mind, and it will change your life.
Where are we located, quickly, for those that just jumped in?
We are on South Lubbock, off of Indiana on Woodrow. So we're on Woodrow Road. If you just take Indiana until Indiana almost ends, and then make a right, so you're going west, and we're on Woodrow Road in the Discount Storage front parking lot.
What makes Victory Combat Sports Academy unique from other gyms and other facilities?
Well, we're not corporate. We're very much, I'm local, and so we're a locally owned business. We're not just a regular gym in that we do offer very specific competitive training, very specific training to athletes. But at the same time, we have something for everybody. We have kids classes. We have classes for anybody that just wants to come in and get in great shape. We have classes for people who are wanting to compete in jiu-jitsu, or somebody who's aspiring to be in the cage, as a pro fighter someday in the UFC. We have it all. And so when we're thinking of when we're speaking about a competitor like a fighter on the fighter side, a lot of times if they want to be a well-rounded MMA fighter, they're going to have to be trained in boxing, in kickboxing, in jiu-jitsu, in some wrestling, and plus their conditioning. And sometimes that requires going to many different places, and so that can be very expensive for a fighter that's not making any money anyway because he's following his dream or she. And we wanted to be a place where they could come get quality training in all the disciplines that they'll need to be a very well-rounded fighter. On the other side of that, we want moms and dads to be able to bring their kids in here and do jiu-jitsu or do boxing and sure, sit here and watch them if they want to, but also they can join in or they can take a class that's going on at the same time for an adult, or they can go work out, and then everybody can go home and have dinner together, and it's not like a night full of everybody needs to get their own thing done. So.
You talked about erasing stigmas earlier. Just talking with you before we went live, you're very relaxed. It's not like a very intimidating environment. And for the parents that do want to jump in with this, there's a lot of space here.
There is a lot
for them
of space.
to easily just jump in whenever they would like.
Yes, there's a lot of space, and the way that we have our schedule set, we have classes going on for somebody everywhere. So, for example, we have a 5:30 jiu-jitsu class. We call it our family jiu-jitsu. So if everybody likes jiu-jitsu in your family and they want to learn gi, then we have our floor divided into the smaller kids, the bigger kids, and adults. And so everybody could get an hour worth of jiu-jitsu and then they could be finished. Or you could have your kiddo in jiu-jitsu and you could be taking a kickboxing class. Or dad could be doing kickboxing and kid could be doing jiu-jitsu, and mom could be back in the back doing a HIIT class with our with one of our instructors back there for fitness. So there's something for everybody, and we schedule it at the same time so everybody can be doing something.
Facebook, again, if you have comments or questions to ask us, Shannon's ready to answer them. I'm ready to tell her about it. You talked about how a sense of community is very strong. Our camera operator actually has known you for a little bit.
Yes.
How important is it? How important is it to be rooted into the Lubbock community or the West Texas community?
It's very important, and that is something that I don't feel like I've done as well as I wish I would have in the past. It's like I said, we've been in operation for 8 years, and I didn't really understand like how to get into the community as much as I want. Since we've been out here, we have made that one of our, when we've talked about goals, like a size goal or different things that we want to do on the competitive platforms. A huge goal, number 2 on our list, is to be more community driven. We want to be a household name. We want to give back wherever we can. We want to make sure that we're serving the kids. We've reached out to Cooper ISD. We reached out to Friendship ISD. We're working with an Estacado Law group right now, and we feel that's very important. Lubbock is growing. We have a lot of wonderful martial arts in Lubbock, wonderful martial artists in Lubbock. We don't have a huge fight community. Anytime we want to go compete, we have to go to Amarillo, or we have to go to Abilene, or we have to go to Dallas or Houston. And we would really like to help all of the wonderful fight schools that we have in Lubbock really come together, be able to compete, within ourselves, but then also to get people to come to West Texas and see, we're legit out here. We work hard, and then and as much community help and support as we can get, we want to give back to kids, and that's a huge thing for us. And so we have scholarships for people who can't afford, things like that. And we have one little girl who's on a scholarship right now, and she's just kicking butt. And so we love her. She did an interview on our Facebook Live earlier today. If y'all want to go check that out, her name is Joy. But you know Joy, don't you, Sam? I'm talking to the woman behind the camera. But yes, we want to be immersed in our community as much as we can.
And again, it's competitive, non-competitive, semi-pro, people just looking to get a workout in, and it's a very welcoming place at that.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
So we can walk through the facilities here. What time do your classes start normally, and how long do they go?
We have 5 a.m. classes Monday through Friday. We have 6 a.m. classes Monday, Wednesday, Friday. We're working on a Tuesday, Thursday. All of our classes last approximately an hour. Some of them go an hour and a half, just depending on what you do. Our schedule is always up on our Facebook page, on our website. We have noon classes, kickboxing as well as jiu-jitsu, and then our evening classes start at 4:30. We have classes on Saturday morning, 9 to 12, and then we're closed on Sunday. But our gym is also a 24/7 access facility for our members, and so they have a key fob. They can get in and work out anytime they want.
I know I've been up some nights, just I need to get a pump in or something. I need somewhere to go. And it's very hard, especially, like you said, this community is not really established for something like this, to get people in the door and to get people willing to have a little bit more drive. And Victory sounds like one of the places to cultivate that? It's not necessarily just showing you how to do it, but actually
Cultivating it. Yes, we want to raise up leaders. We want to raise up competitors. We want to raise champions. We want to raise families. We want that, and so we are very hands-on. Our staff is small, and we're very involved in our members' lives. Not appropriately so, but like we know our families well, and the families that we've had here. And we have some that have been with us for 3, 4, 5 years. And so my dream personally, and I say it to my staff all the time, is wait till we get these little kiddos right here that have been here for a little bit, wait till they become teenagers in here, and then they become our junior instructors, and then they become the people leading the classes. I mean, that's a legacy to me, and that's a dream come true for me.
Tying into that, how important is it to get kids to establish their confidence, not only with jiu-jitsu and boxing and kickboxing, but just establishing routine and structure in their life?
It's super important. I mean, everybody thrives in structure. Nobody thinks they want it until they don't have it. But people thrive with structure. I mean, we know this, right? I mean, after the pandemic and all that, and we realized how hard it was to be not in school and to be at home, and everything just changed really big. And there's a lot of blessing in that. But at the same time, I think it just reiterated the fact that, I mean, our kids, we need to be involved. We need to be around community and positive community. I think that health, not that we have it known before that health is important, but I think the mental health of our kids, the mental wellness and the mental well-being of our children, it was tested during COVID when they had to be out of school. I know a lot of kids really, really struggled being at home all the time and not being with their peers, and I think that a place like this, it can really help them build the self-confidence. It gives them a sense of community. It gives them something else. And confidence in their self-image and self-concept is a huge thing that we work on.
I think that can kind of translate to adults too. Somebody that's been in formal school environments or trying to get outside of just their work circles. This really does seem like a place to kind of meet new people and surround yourself with people that will uplift you as well.
Yes, it is. We have a wide range of people who come as far as ages, and we have a good college community that come. We have a lot of 20s and 30s. We have a lot of moms here, moms with school-age kids. I mean, we really have a wide variety. I wouldn't say that this is predominantly athletes or is it predominantly non-athletes. We have a really good balance, and there's a place for everybody.
Again, for those that missed this, where are you located for Facebook Live?
We're located south of town on Woodrow. Just go south Indiana all the way till Indiana just about ends. Take a right, go west. We're about a half mile in on Woodrow in the discount storage parking lot.
You're stressing family. And again, this isn't just a facility for children. You can also train here as an adult as well.
As an adult, yes. We have adult classes. We have our kids classes. We promote a lot toward our kids classes because I think parents especially are more likely to spend their money on their kids before they do themselves, most of them. And so when we target our kids and show our kids programs and kind of show off what we do with our children, then the families get in here and they're the moms or the dads and they're like, oh, you have adult classes. Oh, we can do it all at the same time. Yes, and so it's just a good segue into getting everybody involved and everybody active. But outside of that, we have walk-ins all the time that are adults, people looking to compete or to train things that they've never done before. A lot of the neighborhood across this cotton field, they don't have anything out here. And so they're like, oh, I can drive my golf cart over here. Yeah, and so they'll come over here and just use the facility itself. And so, yeah, we have a good group of adults.
For those that don't know where to get a hold of you, some contact information for them.
Contact information. So on our Facebook page and on our Instagram, we have a telephone number listed. That's actually my direct line. We'll be adding a second one for a landline. But Facebook Messenger, Instagram, website, we're on Wix. So yeah, just any of those social media platforms.
Shannon is the owner here at Victory Combat Sports Academy. Thank you for taking time out of your day to join us on Facebook Live.
Yes, sir. I appreciate it.
And again, Facebook, even after this video is over, if you have questions or comments for us to get to, get them in there, and we'll get to them as quickly as we can.
Do you want to take a walk?
Oh, yeah, let's do that real quick.
Do we have time?
Oh, yeah, we got time.
All right. So this is our cage. We beat people up in that, so don't get stuck in there. I'm just kidding.
So this part of the building I didn't notice when we had first walked in.
Yes, sir. It's kind of our hidden little specialty back here. So we set this space up for as much work as we can give. We want our, like I said, we want our athletes to be able to have as much conditioning as they need for their fights. So we were really adamant about having the turf. It's not always great running weather in Lubbock, and so
Yeah.
good sprint space is
Like
good.
today.
Yeah. So we have our squat racks and some of our cable machines. We have our sleds, our tires, our TRX bands, lots of space to run. When the weather is nice, we open both ends of the room on those overhead doors. We have extra space to even more. And then we have our free weights, our functional squat rack, more benches, all the benches that you could ever want. Maybe not all of them. We
How
have enough.
recently has this facility been updated? I know it was.
This was just, we moved in mid-September, and that's
Okay.
when it was done.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it hasn't been going on very long. Treadmills right here, some cardio. We do have showers. We have 2 showers in the men's, 2 showers in the women's dressing area. And then the class that's starting right now is our conditioning boxing. So Coach Ross is our boxing coach. He does teach technique in this class, but it's a conditioning class, meaning that non-competitors can come to this class. So it's just a fantastic workout, and you learn skill while you're
That'd be something to my speed, actually.
Well, you say that until he makes them go out and run in the wind, and then they all want to throw up before they get. No, I'm just kidding. It's not
Oh, yeah,
that
no,
scary.
I was gonna say, I don't
No,
miss that.
no. It's not bad at all. Anybody can do it, and he modifies everything to fit everybody's needs. So, yeah.
Shannon, again, thank you for
Yes,
taking us on the
sir.
tour
I
of your
appreciate
facility and for having us here on Facebook Live.
Thank you all for being here. I look forward to seeing more of you, Miss Sam, over there. You better come back to me.
Again, Facebook questions, comments, even after the video's over, we can get to them whenever we can. Have a great rest of your day, Facebook.